Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So while we're waiting for Chapter 8 of the Mythos and eventually ES Melina's banner, we do have a new notice and a new Fateful encounter of sorts. This is the 7 days encounter. For those who've been playing the game for a while, you'll have seen the 7 days encounter a number of times, and all of them of course are Fateful, so they do require 1,000 paid stones. It is a one-time only, and this banner only lasts for 7 days. So in tonight's Should You Summon video, we are not only talking about the new notice of course, we are also talking about my thoughts and feelings about this particular banner and whether or not I feel it would be worth it for you to pay stones for this. So in this case, all these 7 days do feature 3 units. In this case, the 3 units are all water-based. So we have AS Leclerc. Don't forget, she has a manifest that just got released recently. We have Zeviro, who was released about, I want to say, last summer, so somewhere in the 8-9 month range. And we have AS Nikkei. So we'll just go over these pretty quickly, and I'll share my thoughts with them. So first of all, these banners generally have 7.77% of getting those, and you can see that here, times 3, so 7.77% of each of them. And of course, you can hit other 4.5s and 5s on pulls 1 to 9, and of course a guaranteed at least 1 5-star on pull number 10. So being that this is a paid banner, all the newest units are in play. So you can get Yoella, for example, is the newest one, Milsha, Melissa, and the list goes on and on and on, including some of the newest AS characters, AS Hismina, AS Radika, and so on and so forth. As usual, there is the requisite amount of Rainbow Sisters knights and bots, but at least as a guaranteed pull, it is at least 1 5-star. So, for those who don't know, AS Nikkei is a little bit older of an AS unit. It is a 4-star, not a 4.5, a 4-star that gets side graded to the 5-star in AS. And she is a very good water slash unit. She can apply debuffs, both power and int. Her DPS is actually quite good for water slash. The downside though is if she's not at full HP, as she's spamming her damaging move, she can stun herself, and that leaves her open to counterattack as well as not being as effective during the battle. Now in case of AS Leclerc, being that she now has a manifest, she is one of the better or top water pierce units in the game. She can guarantee pain set, and that pain lasts for 3 turns. She also has a power down in her 4-star move, Aving Flood. She has a 5-star, her move got upgraded to an int down as well, 25%. So all in all, she's very good in helping to deal a ton of damage, because she now does a ton of damage, as well as pain setting, debuffs, and helps your team last longer. Now in case of Zeviro, he's an interesting unit. I would say he's got a niche use. He's one of the only units that can apply these kind of dread stacks, and each of them essentially corresponds to a certain amount of physical resist down, and you can get up to 50 stacks, which corresponds, I believe, to 25% physical resist down. Not only that, but his moves are actually based off the number of these stacks on the enemies, and as you get more and more stacks, the moves become more and more effective, either by damaging or in the case of some of the moves to heal you as well. Now, out of the 3 units, I would consider AS Leclerc with her manifest one of the most useful units, being that, like I said, she participates well in a pierce zone with, for example, Yukino, or with AS Foreign. The water synergy works very well as well. And of course, she can fit on many different water type teams, whether or not they're mixed elemental team with slash and other weapon types, or just like I said, water pierce with the aforementioned units. Now, AS Nikkei, like I said, also does a ton of damage, but we did mention her earlier setbacks. I don't know if Zeviro is as powerful right now. He doesn't have a manifest yet in Japan, but hey, if they release one in the future, he may become more useful again. That being said, these are paid stones, and so if you're a newer player to the game and you do find Fatefuls a great way to add a guaranteed 5-star to your roster, and you have, 1,000 paid stones that you can spend on this unit, on this banner, you could consider summoning on this. However, for most players in the mid game, early end game, and later on as veterans to the end game, I would imagine you have at least one or more of these units, in which case the value of this banner goes down. Also, if you're thinking, you can actually side grade Nikiv from a 4-star, because most of us would have pulled a 4-star over our journeys in Another Eden, in which case you actually could save paid stones and not summon for that particular unit. And if that's the case, if you find that you have some of these units, or you don't need a water boost to your water team, I would recommend to pass on this banner and save your paid stones for other Fateful encounters. There are a lot of new units coming out. Most of them are going to be extremely powerful, and they have AS versions, new units we've never seen any form of, and so on, so forth. And of course, ES Melina is coming next as well. There is one last thing I would mention. There is some possibility of some sort of weapon type banners coming up with the next update. However, that is not confirmed, being that we are following Japan's old guideline, and Global actually got an earlier version of the weapon essence banners, which are not as up to date as the ones in Japan. So we may not get one of those in the future update, in which case, that's that. So in summary, if you're early to mid-game and you need some water units, this is not a bad Fateful to summon on. However, I wouldn't consider this the most valued in terms of value gained back. I would probably forgo this one and go for future banners, being that the possibility of getting a more game-breaking unit is higher. Anyways, for those who are planning to summon, let me know if you're going to, or if you're going to pass on this banner. Of course, if you're free to play, this banner is of no option to you anyway, since it does take 1,000 paid stones. On another note, I am looking forward to the new update coming on hopefully sometime this week, although in many cases, they actually wait for the full 7-day encounter to expire before the new update drops. And I'm hoping that's not the case, otherwise we will have another quiet week with not much to do except for using our red and green keys and possibly fishing. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.